we're here. We're not here to talk about Snow Day. We're here to talk about your new album that's coming out, Miss Journey Montana. So how are you feeling?
Feeling so good. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait for everybody to hear it. It's such a labor of love, and like I'm just really proud of it. So yeah.
I mean, honestly though, like you've been on a journey, but you're still so young. You're the youngest artist signed to 10K. How does that feel to like, I know you hear it probably a lot that, being so young and things like that, but what kind of motivation does it bring you in your artistry?
Yeah, I mean, it just makes me excited for the future. I feel really, really grateful to have a team that like believes in me and a label that believes in me and to just continue to like spread my story and share my music and my art. But yeah, I'm super grateful. I think that I take nothing for granted and I'm so blessed. So yeah, I'm just excited for the future and for this album to drop.
Absolutely. January 31st and on the way. And last year you dropped You, and that did exceptionally well. And then just recently you dropped
I dropped Best One.
That's the one. Exactly. And I listened to it on my way here, and I listened to it last week too, but I was like, yeah, this is great. It's giving 90s vibes. Tell us all the creative process and what else we can expect.
Well, I think with this album, the biggest aspect is the musicality for me, in my opinion, with DJ Camper, with the executive production and like the production of the whole album. He's so musical. He's like a musical genius.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no samples. There's no like, there's none of that. It's all like original music. Half of it he's playing like live himself.
Oh, that's exciting.
So yeah, I think the musicality is something that people can expect. I tried to make it as like authentic R&B, like what I call that, as possible, because I think that's really important for me to like ground myself in R&B and like really pay homage to that as a Black girl who grew up on R&B.
Right.
So I think it's only right. And yeah, I'm excited for people to hear because I really pulled from a lot of my influences as a little girl.
And you wrote the entire album.
Yeah, I did.
Wow. That's now, did you take you like a really long time, or was it something that you kind of like already had as far as revision? Because that's impressive to write your entire album.
Yeah, thank you. So when I first thought of the album and like was conceptualizing it, I had a direction, but like I was getting in the studio, I was like writing songs and it wasn't really like, I don't know, it wasn't really like working and it wasn't really like sounding the way that I wanted it to exactly. Like it was like we were in the ball, like it was around there. Like we were getting close, but then I got in with Camper and we met and I explained to him what I was trying to do and I played him some of my like attempts at what I was trying to do. And he said, "Oh, I got you." And immediately, like he played me some tracks and it just flowed like so easy, so effortlessly. And all of the songs just came to me. All the concepts just came. Even Camper coming to me with a few concepts. I dropped a song, Journey. And that was actually his idea. Like he played the track and he was like, "Oh, you should introduce yourself on this song. Like you should like say, my name is Journey and this is where I'm from and this is what I know. This is what I've been through." And I was like, I love that. So it was a lot of that, but it was just very just good vibes and like creative and no pressure and just, just being creative. And I think me and Camper were really, really in sync while creating this project, which I think shows.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited.
Yeah, you should be. And honestly, anytime you're able to collaborate with someone who understands your vision. So who are some of your R&B influences?
I know this is a little controversial, but this is one of the biggest ones, especially for this album, Michael Jackson. Because some people consider him like pop, I guess.
I get it. But no,
the whole thing is he grounded himself in R&B, and it always kind of had like a pop kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what I was pulling from with this project. Toni Braxton is one of my biggest influences. I love her down. Whitney, Aaliyah, Ashanti, even like J-Lo, like, yeah. Etta James is another one. I don't know if this technically like 90s.
No, but these are your inspirations. So
Yeah,
yeah, come from any genre.
Yeah, she's one of my biggest inspirations, especially with like the musicality and like how it feels so live and like she's literally singing it right in front of you. Like that was a big thing with the project. I tried to make it as like live feeling as possible, not too choppy or too like, I tried to make it very musical and nostalgic. Yeah, so I hope I did it justice. I was trying to, really be authentic to myself and my influences.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's the thing about influences is like we're not out here trying to emulate them or copy them. We're just like we're thinking about like the sound that they give and how it can inspire you and in your own way and on your own journey musically. And I think that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So okay, so you said Michael Jackson, Toni Braxton. All right, if you could pick your favorite Toni Braxton song, what would it be?
Probably Unbreak My Heart.
Unbreak My Heart, classic. Yeah. That is such a classic. Okay. So we're gonna do a couple more. We're gonna kind of curate your ideal R&B playlist. Just you can do it based off your influences or just what your vibe is right now. Okay. All right. So we've got let's see your current obsession. The song you got on repeat.
Maybe Bills by Destin Conrad.
Okay. Yeah. A little new school. Okay.
Nice song down.
Yeah. All right. Now, let's do something from your upcoming album.
Yeah.
If there's a song on there that you would say you want everyone to listen to immediately because it resonates with you, what would it be?
Vertigo.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so Vertigo, when I say that the project really flowed and it was very effortless, I think Vertigo had the most of that, where I literally heard the track and just got in the booth and like got it off of my chest. I think it really embodies my headspace, being an artist and being a woman and going into like my adulthood. I think it embodies like the good and the bad and like it's not too negative and it's not too positive. I think the song feels very human and it feels very dynamic and I feel like it has a lot of different moments. And I think if there's any misunderstanding about who I am and how I feel and what I think that Vertigo really lays it all out.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. And I really, one of my favorite things at the end of the song, it kind of has like an affirmation outro. Because the song is kind of just like, so the song is called Vertigo because it's like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And at the end, I added an affirmation, like mantra thing that I say to myself personally a lot. And it kind of just grounds me and like makes me still and brings me back. You know what I mean? So the song kind of like goes through a lot of different emotions and like dynamics and, your mind is spinning and then it's like this and then it's like this and then it's like, wait, And I think the project has a lot of affirmation undertones.
I love that.
So yeah, I think Vertigo definitely has the most dynamic that represents me and the project.
Okay. Sure. All right. So we got Vertigo. That's the song. And then how about a song on your album that you would put as a nighttime drive?
And I would put as a nighttime drive. Hollywood.
Okay. I like that. Okay. They're going to get to listen to it very, very soon. I love that. Okay. A song that makes you want to dance. Could be from your album or any song.
I would say, from the album. Let's go from the album so you guys can go check it out. But I would say, Always New.
Always New.
Yeah.
Okay. Always New. Is that like an
that's time? It's like a dance. It's almost like a little housey. Yeah, it's like a little like
So would you say you tapped into different like genres within the album? Obviously, it's at the core, it's R&B, but as far as the influences, different genres in there.
Yeah, we definitely like made it. Yeah, like it was different types of R&B. Like I think some of it was a little more jazzy, some of it is a little more like bluesy, some of it is a little more house feeling. But at the core of it, what brought it all together and made it like make sense was like the R&B, sonically. But yeah, it definitely touches into like different subgenres.
Okay.
R&B for sure.
Awesome. I love that. All right, we got two more. A song that you can reminisce to.
And I can reminisce too.
So like maybe the subject or the topic of the song is something that would make someone reminisce about, whether it's a past relationship or just life, something that would make you reminisce.
Maybe Etta James, I'd rather go blind. That's my girl, and I cry to that song.
Really? You being like how young you are, like that's incredible.
No, but honestly, yeah, that's if I think of like the song that has me in my feelings, like deep, like not even like not for fake in my feelings, not Drake in my feelings,
No.
like
It takes you there. Yeah. Etta James. I love that. All right, last one. Let's see. I feel like you kind of answered this one, but maybe there's another one. But because you said there was a lot of affirmations within the album, a powerful anthem, something that boosts your confidence.
Oh, Lucky Girl Syndrome. There's a song. Yeah, the title track is called. It's a Lucky Girl Syndrome. Track 3.
Okay. Lucky Girl Syndrome. Now tell me, the album name is Lucky Girl Syndrome. What was the inspiration behind that title? What made you come up with that?
So I came up with that last. The album was actually called, I changed the album name so many times, but I actually, like when everything was done, I was like, okay, this is what the album is. And then the title just made the most sense with it. But I came up with Lucky Girl Syndrome, the song first. And that was inspired because I have a friend, shout out to Lisa. And every time I would see her, we would see each other. So she lives in LA. So we would see each other in spurts, like every few months. And we would like link up. But you know, with friends, we just like tell everything that's been going on the past few months, you know, like all the drama, all the good things, all the wins, all the hell. And like, I would spill it all. And I would be like, yeah, this was a year. And she'd be like, girl, what? You have Lucky Girl Syndrome. Like, everything works out for you. Every time I see you, you have like more wins and more great stories. And like, it's giving Lucky Girl Syndrome. And like, she would say it every single time. We had these little like recaps and updates, and it just stuck. And I was like, I love that. That eats. And I claim I do have Lucky Girl Syndrome.
It's one of those things that you kind of like don't realize how blessed you are till after someone brings it to your attention, like, you know what, you're right. Like, that girl.
Yeah, and it was just like, even how she would be like, you know, just things just fall into your lap. Like, things just work out for you. Like, it's so crazy. Like, do you even realize? And so, yeah, I was in the studio one day and I had wrote it down in my notes. Because, like, if I get inspired by something, I have, like, a little idea, I hear a phrase, I'll just, like, write it down. And I was like, oh, concept, Lucky Girl Syndrome. And it just flowed because that was, you know, most of the project, all of the project just really flowed. And, yeah, it turned into something really, really, really beautiful. And I'm really proud of the song. And, you know, I think the project having that affirmation and I think that point of view overall of Lucky Girl Syndrome, like, I feel like every single song, no matter what the story is, kind of has that perspective, like, yeah, this is happening, but I'm a lucky girl. I'm that girl. And everything works out for me. I'm like, sorry, sadly, everything just works out. You know, it's say, but yeah, like even if it's like a heartbreak song or a stress song or like a, you know, it always works out. Yeah, it's like, but like at the end of the day, I'm a lucky girl and I have Lucky Girl Syndrome.
I love that. Yes, okay. I'm really excited for this album because honestly, like this is a year that is going to definitely, I see so much growth and so much like, and I think one of the things that we've seen, like you've been on a journey, like you've been doing this for a while, like, but you made a shift and like there's something that is really brewing as far as the growth and the potential and all the things that are going to happen. I'm excited for you. So is there anything that you want the listeners to know about you and what they should know about your album? Anything in particular that you want them to know?
Yeah, there is one more thing I did want to share because this was like on me and in my mind while I was making the project that, I felt responsible and I needed to hold myself more accountable as an artist and how my words are so powerful and what I'm putting out into the world is so, you know, it's so impactful and being responsible with that ability and with my art. So, feel free to listen, and you will feel good after, and it will pour into your life and pour into your soul and manifest good things. It's not too cringy, but like in a good way. Like if anything will manifest, it will be something positive. And yeah, all my lucky girls and lucky boys, get ready, January 31st.
Do it.
Yeah,
On the
we're
way.
popping out. It's on the way.
I love it. Thank you so much. Like